今日はありがとう、二人とも。手伝ってもらえて本当に助かったよ。
And thanks for the advice. It really helped.
話？
Oh, it's nothing. We just talked a little. It was nothing bad. Don't worry about it.
ふむ、わかった。
Are you done here, Mrs. Otto? Mind if we go home?
ありがとう。あとは学生会のみんなで十分間に合いそうだから。本当に助かりました。二人はこれからどうするの？特に用事はない。家に戻るだけだね。
Yeah, I have to. There's something I need to do.
そっか。わかった。もし何かあったら、近所のお姉ちゃん、小里文香にいつでも連絡していいからね。
Only in your route, so wait a bit. Yeah, I will. We'll be leaving then. See you later.
お疲れ様でした。新学期にまた会おうね。さようなら。
Okay, let's go back.
それはいいんだけど、やらなきゃいけないこと？
I feel like someone younger should be able to take a test or something similar that makes it obvious that they understand everything and have an adult mind. Dexter, you understand how slippery of a slope that would be, right? It's about Amane. I can't leave her like that forever, can I?
それは、でも、今の状態も長くは続かないはずだ。あの言葉に嘘はないと思うよ。
Well, yeah, but still, having a test to determine if you're sexually mature enough to have sex with adults is a lot more complicated than just having a hard line. You have to be this old to be able to have sex with adults, right? Or, yeah. There is no good test, which is why they use an age to do it. Exactly. Brain scan? No. I would rather not submit my brain. I'd rather not submit a picture of my brain to the government, alright? It's already bad enough that they want my face on a database that can be hacked.
バックログ画面だ。
Well, yeah, but still. There is no reason Amane and Viz switched places in the first place. Oh, there is a reason Amane and Viz switched places in the first place. Though, sorry, I can't tell you the details of it. Thank God Noah didn't hear anything that happened last night, or 2 nights ago. But I just can't let her be anymore.
ふむ。それに関して、僕に手伝えることはある？
No, I'm fine. I appreciate the sentiment, though. It's just a little something between siblings.
そうか。わかった。そうであれば、僕は遠慮しておこう。
Sorry about this.
いや、構わない。ただ、確認だ。危険なことはないんだね。
Maybe. I'm not planning on doing anything dangerous, but I'll tell you if I think it might get out of hand. Here's the thing, Dexter. If someone really did do that in terms of the age of consent, right, where you take a test to determine your sexual maturity, and if you pass the test, you're sexually mature enough to have sex, how do you moderate... How do I say this? How do you determine that the person who's taking the test didn't study? Right? You see where I'm going with this? Where it is so much harder to determine if someone is sexually mature enough through a test that can be studied, right? Not a written test. You understand any test can be cheated or studied, right? It's the same as an IQ test. An IQ test technically can't be studied, but if you take IQ tests online, you have a general understanding of what the questions of an IQ test would be, right? If you took one in person. My point is, what if an adult has a child mind? What happens then? I still don't think a child having an adult mind is a good thing. Yeah. I only want to talk. I only want to talk, but I don't know how it'll turn out in the end. Not even you could predict Amani and Viz switching places like that. Yeah, why was I allowed to still have a pediatric doctor then? What? So, I'm not sure it'll be completely safe, I guess. That's what I meant. That's what I mean.
ふむ。わかった。では、あらかじめこれを渡しておこう。
So I said my mind is younger than my age or something. Well, here's the other thing. Those pediatric doctors probably know you more than a different doctor would, right? It's more simple than you think, right? If you've been going to a doctor for a while and they turn out to just be a pediatric, why would you want to go to a different doctor that isn't a pediatric just because now you're an adult? You know what I mean? I don't know. But what I'm saying is, what if an adult thinks and has a mind of a teenager? Well, sometimes those people should go to mental asylums. Never mind. Listen, Dexter, we've seen some adults that have the mind of a child. Well, actually, no. More specifically, any guest that comes onto Caleb Hammer's YouTube channel, right? The financial audit. Those are adults with child minds. I can't control my brain. I mean, yeah, there's also the mental illness side of things, but I don't think... Here's the thing. You wouldn't take the test anyway. So what's the point of having one? I feel like you're trying to find a solution for a problem that doesn't exist. Correct. You're trying to find a solution to specific use cases that are less than 0.1% of the human population. Right? You're accounting for an extreme minority. Noah raises her hand, and suddenly a feather materializes. Thank God no one's around. A pure white feather. Is that one yours?
ここには天使の力が込められている。まあ、一種のお守りと思ってくれればいい。
Like I heard a story where someone with autism actually dating someone younger, but they never had bad intentions. Yeah, but how can you confirm that they never had bad intentions? Okay.
僕のことは気にしないでいいから。ちゃんと話し合うといい。
Thanks.
ほんと、この世界は楽だね。外がどれだけ暑くても部屋の中は快適で。それが自動的に行われているんだから素晴らしい。しかも食べ物も美味しい。
Okay, it's just what I heard. Well, here's the thing. That person with autism could have just dated an adult and there wouldn't be any problems. Why would they have to date someone younger? You say younger. What do you? How old do you mean? Because like, if you're saying younger, as in, oh, they're 18 and the person with autism is like 30, it's still in the legal ramifications, even if it's weird, right? There's nothing legally wrong about it. But like, what do you mean younger?
ね、そろそろ答えは出そう？出るわけないよ。だって私は伝えるつもりなんてなかったのに。伝えないって決めてたのに。なのに。伝えられないことに苦しんでいたのに、伝わっても苦しいんだから。ままならないものだね、世の中ってさ。問題はなんで伝わったかってことだよ。まさかあんなバレ方するなんて、トラウマにも程がある。と言っても、それをしたのは君自身なんだけどね。そうですね。ああ、もう、本当になんで私はあの時、あんな馬鹿げたことをしてしまったのか。でも、だからこそ、本気って気持ちが伝わったんじゃない？伝わっちゃったらごまかしようがないんだよ。寝言とか寝ぼけてたとか、お兄をからかっただけとか、全部封じられてしまった。封じたのは自分なんだけどね。それでどうする？どうするって、私がお兄ちゃんの妹でなければこんな風に悩むこともなかったのかな。それについては申し訳ない。
What do you mean apologize? Don't tell me you did. What? Excuse me? Oh.
それどういう意味？
No, I know why she's apologizing. But also like, what the fuck?
君が彼の妹として生まれたのは多分私のせいだと思う。私がアリオンのことが好きだったから。大好きで、その気持ちを打ち明けることができなくなっても好きで。
Like, why couldn't you have just been, I don't know, stepsister? Then it wouldn't be as problematic. But you had to be blood related.
どうしても一緒にいたかったから。たとえ死んでもそばにいたいと願ったから。それ、まあそれはもう言っても仕方ないからいいけど。いいんだ。正直あんまり良くはないけど、今更言っても仕方ないし。それに、どうしてそんな風になったのか見ちゃったから。あれを見た後だと文句とか言えないから。そっか、ありがとう。って待った。じゃあ私がお兄を好きになっちゃったのも？君は私じゃないし、お兄ちゃんもアリオンとは違う。だから君がお兄ちゃんを好きになったことは君の正直な気持ちで間違いないよ。そうっすか。ほっとしたような、一縷の望みを絶たれたような。本当にどうすりゃいいのか。とりあえずさ、早く決めた方がいいよ。だってもう限界だから。
Oh well, looks like you're gonna have to confront him sooner or later.
あれ？悪いけどこれ以上は協力できない。 急に。というか、協力したくても無理なんだよ。マナが足りなくなっちゃったから。そんな
Yeah, you're gonna have to drink more of Diablo's blood, you know.
私まだ答えも出てないし、お兄と顔を合わせる覚悟だって。残念ながら時間切れだね。ただいま。
Me.
奇妙な叫び声が
What happened?
いや別になんでもないよ。
But you made some noise.
ちょっと小指の足をぶつけてしまってね。はは。
You mean your toe?
大丈夫かい？あ、うん、大丈夫だよ。それよりもおかえり二人とも。ただいま。
Yeah. Are you really feeling okay though?
それは全然。特に変わりはないよ。
Alright, if you say so.
それでは僕は部屋に戻っているよ。
Sure. Hey, could you switch your money in? I want to talk with her.
それは、残念ながら今は無理そうかな。
That's probably why I love fiction. It's simpler than real life. I don't think, Dexter, you're just making real life more complicated than it needs to be. Especially with the parts you're complicating.
まだ拒否しているみたいだ。困ったものだね。はは、あはは。
Oh, can't you just switch with her anyway?
ちなみに、あまねと何を話すつもりなんだい？もしかして、決めたの？なんて返事をするか。
Well, I wouldn't say I have an answer. But I just need to talk with her. I can't let the situation continue like this.
それはそうだね。お兄ちゃんの言う通りだね。わかった。お兄ちゃんの気持ちはあまねにもちゃんと伝えておくよ。
Alright. Thanks. I want to talk with her, but if she doesn't want to come out, she doesn't have to. She doesn't. If she doesn't want to come out, she doesn't want to. She doesn't have to. She could be too much of a coward sometimes.
とりあえず着替えてきたらどう？今日も暑かったから汗をかいたんでしょ？
Yeah, good idea. I turned to make my way to my room. But as I walk out of the living room, something happens. I hear a sigh behind me. A sigh filled with relief. You could have waited until he left the living room, Amane. For some reason, that release of tension makes me stop. I don't understand why, but I get a hunch. And before I can even think it through, I speak. Amane.
さっき言ったじゃないか、お兄ちゃん。あまねは拒否してるって。
You don't sound very sure of that.
冷房強すぎたかな。
You're Amane, aren't you? Like I said, you could have waited a bit longer. When did you switch back? Since this morning or something?
違うよ。
Like 10 seconds ago.
戻ったのはついさっき。お兄とノアちゃんが帰ってくる直前。
Yeah, you could think of it as perfect timing. So, you were yourself when I got... so you were yourself when I said I wanted to talk with you, right? Why did you try to avoid me just now?
だって、
Well, it doesn't matter. Listen to what I have to say.
その前にお兄、着替えてきたら？汗かいたんだよね。 そのままだと風邪ひくかもしれないしさ。真面目な話をするってなったら時間もかかるでしょ。そこまで一刻一秒を争わなくてもよくない？
Okay, I'll go change then.
うん。お兄が着替えてる間にお茶でも入れておくよ。
Thanks. I go up to my room and wipe away the sweat. I'm still not sure what I want to say to Amane, but I realize things will only get harder if I try to delay this. Not just for me, but especially for Amane. That's why we need to talk honestly. No matter what comes of it, I can't just wait any longer. I finish changing, pump myself up, and leave my room. Then I find an empty kitchen and a note on the table. It was obviously written in a hurry, but I recognize Amane's handwriting. That idiot. For a coward, she goes really fast at the worst possible moment. Clutching the note in my hand, I hurry outside. But she's nowhere to be seen. I have no idea where she might have run off to. If she went to a friend's house, there's little I can do. I know Mikuni, but I can't just go and show up to her house without notice. And if she went to some old friend's house, I wouldn't even know where to begin. I'll just search around for now. The station should be a good starting point. I want to catch her before she boards the train if I can. Phew. I ran under the blazing summer sun. And I go all the way to the station, paying no mind to how sweaty I am. Oh well, he just changed out of his sweaty clothes and now he's sweaty again. I changed into clothes not so long ago, but I'm already drenched in sweat. That's what I'm saying. Well, he's nowhere to be seen though. Maybe she didn't come to the station. I don't want to imagine that I arrived too late. But where else? I take a moment to catch my breath as I look around. But she doesn't turn up. Should I walk around for now? Fuck. I went the wrong way.
バックログ画面だ。
Where is it? Yeah, I should walk around for now. I'm already all sweaty. So I might as well search as much as I can. I go around town hoping to see her, but I'm unable to find her. Where did she even go? Hey, look at new background. The idea that she might have gone back home crossed my mind. She wasn't there when I checked again. I'm running out of options. Wait, didn't she used to? Suddenly a place comes to my mind. So that's where you were. Okay, well.
お兄、なんで来るかな。
If you don't want to be found, you're gonna have to try harder than that. It's like you weren't even trying.
息切れしながら汗だくで何言ってるんだか。とにかく息くらいは整えたら。傍から見たら完全に不審人物だし。
Agreeing with her advice, I take a moment to collect myself. She stays there, silent. Once I'm back to normal, she finally mutters something.
どれくらい探したの？
I realized where you were right away.
あれだけ息を切らしといてよくもまあそんな堂々と。
I wondered for a bit, but I remembered where you were right away. You used to cry here all the time when we were kids.
昔はさ、 ここに変なオブジェがあったじゃん。あれ撤去されちゃって隠れる場所なくなっちゃった。
Oh, yeah. You used to hide on those. I used to grab you by the arm and pull you home back in the day, huh? Happened every time.
この年になると隠れようにも狭すぎて中に入れなかったかもしれないね。
Thank goodness Thank goodness I don't have to drag you out of those anymore, at least. Come on, let's go back. Mom will get mad if she gets home and we're nowhere to be found.
ねえ、お兄ちゃん。私、キモい？
Well, I guess it's not the kind of thing I can just shrug off.
そっか。まあ、普通そうだよね。私さ、昔友達に言ったことがあるんだよね。お兄ちゃんが好きって。
What? You said that?
子供の頃の話だよ。小学校の低学年とかそれくらいの頃。クラスの誰が好きとかで話が盛り上がってる時に、私はお兄ちゃんが好きって普通に言っちゃったんだよね。
So, how did that go? I don't think it went very well.
笑われた。お子様だって。好きってそういうことじゃないって。
あまねちゃん、お兄ちゃんが好きだなんて変なの？好きってそういうのじゃないんだよ。あまねちゃんって子供だね。お兄ちゃんが好きなんて私の妹でも言わないよ。
私もさ、少女漫画とか読んだりして理解した。男女の恋愛と家族の親愛は別物なんだって。でもさ、理解してからもやっぱり好きなんだよ。他の人からおかしいって言われても、キモいって思われても、私はお兄ちゃんが好き。これってそんなにおかしいの？私の気持ち間違ってるの？
I don't know if it's right or not. At the very least, I think it'd be better not to mention it in front of other people. Out of 10 people, 9 would probably not be amused by it, and 99 out of 100 would probably say it's disgusting. I think that's just how it is.
そっか。まあ、そうだよね。
And I don't think the stuff that happens in manga, like people being shunned for it, is completely fiction either. If taken badly, it probably can end up with everyone rejecting you. You might feel super isolated. Yeah, I read a manga like that.
だね。
So if no one else will, I'll be on your side.
どういうこと？
I don't think you're weird, and I'll never think you're disgusting. I'll always be there for you. Your feelings may be wrong or whatever, but even then, I won't abandon you. He doesn't like her yet, but, you know, he doesn't think she's disgusting for masturbating in his bedroom. What? You're my sister, and a brother's supposed to protect his sister. Even if who he's trying to protect her from is himself. What?
お兄ちゃんなんでそんなこと言うの？バカ！アホ！
That's my line. Why am I getting a tongue lashing?
そんなこと言われたら嬉しくなるじゃん。期待とかしちゃうじゃん。お兄ちゃんのことを嫌いになろうとしてるのに、嫌いになれないじゃん。バカ！
If I started giving you the cold shoulder over this, You might really be left all alone. If it was anything but this, I'm sure Mum and Dad would happily support her. But they probably won't like this very much if they find out. And they won't support it precisely because she's their daughter. You need at least one person on your side. I mean, you'll cry if I leave you alone, won't you?
だからって、お兄ちゃんが味方になったら余計に泣いちゃうじゃん。ほんとバカ。
Can you stop calling me an idiot? I just thought about what's important to me, and that's you. That's all there is to it.
大切って
It'd be easy to just reject your feelings and act like I'm disgusted. But I'd hurt you that way, right? And we may start drifting apart more and more after that. I feel like things would get a lot colder in the house. It'd be like losing a member of the family. And I don't want that to happen. I think I'd regret that. I'd regret hurting you for the rest of my life. What I want to say is, this is embarrassing to say, but you're very important to me.
でもそれって家族妹ってことでしょ
You never know, it could evolve into something else. Spoiler alert, it does evolve into something else. Yeah. We've been siblings forever. I don't think I can see you any other way right away. I won't be able to give you an answer immediately. I need to do some thinking about our relationship and what to do from now on. Even if it doesn't apply to other siblings, I think we can find a way to make things work between us. So I think we need to think about it together, figure out what would make us happy. But no matter what conclusion we reach, I won't ever think less of you or reject you. You're very important to me. I want you to know that, no matter what. So, let's go home for now, okay? I extend a hand to Amane. It takes her a moment to react. She sits there, holding her knees and staring at my hand in disbelief. I feel a glint of resentment in her eyes, but maybe that's just me seeing things.
私お兄なんて嫌い
Huh?
嫌いだけど好きだって優しいからなんでこんな厄介な事態になってるか分かってるちゃんと自覚してよ
Well, you know how much that is. You know how that is. The writers gave Riku infinite riz. Why are you being so abrasive all of a sudden?
もっときっぱりと突き放してくれたらさ私だって
You think I wouldn't if I... You think I wouldn't if I could just do that? I can't. I can't just leave you on your own, knowing I'm hurting you.
お兄のバカ意地悪
Let's go home.
うん
She finally takes my hand. Her hand is much bigger than it was when we were kids. But doing this, it does make me feel like some things haven't changed since those days.
ねえお兄
Yeah?
ごめんね私いい妹じゃなくてわがままで自分を抑えることもできなくて嘘つきで
Don't worry. That's just who you are.
そこはそんなことないって慰めるところでしょう
First, you tell me to push you away and now you want me to cuddle you? You just can't make up your mind, can you?
そんな私のことが可愛いくせに
You got me there. You can be selfish and annoying sometimes, but you're still my sweet, precious little sister. Otherwise, I wouldn't have even come to get you in the first place. How stupid are you?
バカじゃ ないもん。
Don't whine to me. Come on now, let's go home.
うん。迎えに来てくれてありがとう、お兄ちゃん。
You're welcome. We're back.
ただいま。
おかえり。
ちょっと二人ともどこに行ってたのよ。
Oh no, who would have guessed that Yuzuki would have come home before they did?
うちのことノアちゃんに任せっきりにして。
Oh, sorry. We just had to do something.
僕のことなら平気だ。それよりも大丈夫？
Don't worry about it.
うん。ひとまずのところなんとか。
そうか。それならいいんだが。
I'll go change. Need help with anything?
もういいわよ。全部終わったから。むしろちょうどよかったくらい。二人とも手を洗ってきたらすぐ晩ご飯にするわよ。
うん。
Oh shit.
バックログ画面だ。
二人とも手を洗ってきたらすぐ晩ご飯にするわよ。
Alright. Even if it doesn't apply to other siblings, I think we can find a way to make things work between us. So I think we need to think about it together, figure out what would make us happy. That's what I said. I don't even know what would make me happy. But I wasn't lying to her, of course. She can be selfish and try my patience a lot, but she's important to me, and I want to protect her. That's the simple truth. I never think of her as disgusting. But when it comes to seeing her in a new light as a woman, instead of my sister, that's a whole different matter. My mind keeps circling back to that. As I eat dinner, and as I take my bath, and even before going to sleep. But I'm not closer to coming up with my answer. I managed to get this far, but what will I do if I don't come up with an answer? Maybe I can just not do anything? Maybe Amane will calm down at some point if I just drag things out long enough. That would hurt her even more than if you just outright rejected her, so I probably don't do that. A lot of things happened all of a sudden, and maybe that's why she lost control a little. Maybe if I give her some time, she'll get over it. I highly doubt that. Will we even be able to go back to our previous relationship after all this? Would that be a good idea? Suddenly I feel like there's a light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, I got it. But my thoughts are cut short by a knocking on the door. The door knock sound effect came a little too early. The timing seems so deliberate that it feels like my heart is about to leap out of my chest.
お兄いる？
Amane, come in. What do you need? I was about to go to bed.
いや、今日も一緒に寝ようかと思って。
What? Why? Didn't you say you thought the dreams would stop? Huh? No, that might have been Viz.
ウィズの記憶のことじゃなくてさ、なんか嫌な予感みたいなものがしたから。
You need to sleep with him, so you need to sleep with Riku so that he can reinforce his feelings towards you. I say reinforce. He can start having feelings towards you. What do you mean? Like a transmigration thing?
まさかとは思うけど、お兄さ、なあなあで逃げようとしてたりしない？このまま時間を置けば、そのうち時間が解決してくれるとか思ったりしてない？
No way. I wouldn't do that.
おい、逃げるな、こっちを見ろ。
She grabs my face and forces me to look at her.
言っとくけど、時間では解決しないから。それで解決するようなら、私だってここまで自分を追い込んだりしてないし。私は何年も悩んできたんだから。私がどれだけバブー知恵袋で似たような質問を検索してきたか、履歴見せるぞ。
I would rather not look at your porn history, alright? I'll take your word for it. She's completely overpowering me with her gaze alone. Though, you're right. I'm sorry.
やっぱり逃げるつもりだったんだ。
No, I wouldn't say that. I was just thinking maybe we could wait a little bit. Maybe it'd be better if I gave you some time to think and calm down after all this. But you're right. You've been carrying these feelings for years now. I didn't consider it from that perspective. Seeing the acknowledgement in my face, Amane gently lets go.
ただの妹だと思ってた私の気持ちに動揺してるのはわかるよ。でも、
Show him the secret dojins, Amane. Not just the secret dojins. The secret dojins where you replace the... where you tape Riku's face over every time the big brother's face is seen. Never mind.
あれだけ言ったんだから、何かしらの答えを出してよ。言っとくけど、このまま放置したら私、どうなるかわからないからね。
What's that supposed to mean?
SNS で裏垢作って承認欲求を満たしたり、マッチングアプリで男漁りしたり、私は自分を傷つけるよ。
Maybe she has a book like Sora. Yeah, she really does. She really did start taking pictures of Riku's sleeping face.
お兄の気を引くために、お兄に心配してもらうためにね。
It's just unlike Kakeru, Riku still hasn't found it.
なぜなら私はメンタルが減らっちゃうタイプだから。
Why do you look so proud of yourself? Though it's scary how I can totally see that happening. If that happened, I'd feel responsible and even more regretful than before.
だからさ、一緒に寝よう。
What does that have to do with how does that have to do with anything?
おかしくない。お兄が答えを出せるようにするためのことだもん。
How so?
コホン、いいですか？一度問題を単純化してみましょう。お兄にとって私は妹。今まで女として見てなかった。だから困ってる。そしてお兄はよく言ってた。妹に興奮するわけないって。
Well, it's not that he wouldn't. It's that he can't. I came back to end her stream to an interesting scene. Welcome back, St. Claus. Oh, yeah, I did say that.
つまり私に女を感じて興奮したら、お兄の中で妹という枠組みから外れることになるのです。お分かり？
Long time no see, yeah. Especially because I don't stream this late most of the time. When I do stream, that is. Uh-huh. Wait, no, that's nonsense. What are you trying to pull?
でも間違いではないでしょ？妹としか見れないなら興奮もしないってことだよね。
Well, yeah, I think. No, but it's not like we can do anything about it. I can't even get an erection right now anyway.
あ、それについては大丈夫。ウィズが教えてくれたから、簡単な方法があるって。
Excuse me? She did?
お兄ちゃんが勃起できなくなったのは、魔王の影響を受けたから。
In the void.
記憶で見た通り、魔王は自分の人生を捧げてでも成し遂げたいことがあった。
She couldn't have at least decorated this place a bit, you know?
その目的のために家族を持つつもりはなかった。その強固な思いがお兄ちゃんの肉体にも影響を与えている。とはいえ、あくまで影響を与えるだけで支配しているわけじゃない。彼がその気になれば、影響を乗り越えることも可能だろうね。もしくは、逆に魔王の影響を弱めるか。そうすればちゃんと取り戻すことができる。
So it really was Diablo's influence, huh?
このままだとお兄だって結論を出せないでしょ。逃げようとしてたんだから。
And it hurts when you put it when you put it like that. But don't think you could. Don't you think you're going a little too fast? Besides, it's just taking me getting turned on as an admission of my feelings. I don't think it's correct. Isn't love supposed to be more of a, you know, an emotional thing?
そんなこと言ってるから今までに彼女ができなかったんだよ、お兄は。
I call him buddy. It worked for Sora. Yeah, it did. Don't you agree though? You'd basically just be in it for the sexual aspect.
全然。もはや開き直って何度でも言うけど、私はお兄のことが好きなんだもん。なんならお兄を思いながらその隣でオナニーした女だよ、私は。
And just like Sora, she's gotten a lot bolder now that she can actually express her feelings for said main character. Right.
私はお兄のことが好き。私はお兄ともっと触れ合いたい。頭を撫でるとか手をつなぐとかも好きだけど、もっとお兄のぬくもりが欲しいと思っちゃうんだよ。二人でイチャイチャしたいと思う。キスしたいと思う。セックスだって。
I mean, Amane's a lot less bombastic about it compared to Sora, but you know, it's kind of the same. I know what you're trying to say, but maybe there's a better way to.
それで今更逃げられたらたまったもんじゃない。せめて何かしらの答えは欲しい。
I can feel the conviction in her words. Considering I was ready to try and drag it out, there's nothing I can say to her.
お兄、私の味方でいてくれるって言ったよね。
I did. I didn't lie. Just, well, I may not have been as prepared as I thought I was.
それに、貸しもあるよね。
Huh? Well, a lot of stuff's happened. I think I may owe you a I think I may owe you a favor or two. What about it?
お兄がふみかさんに襲われた時のこと。あの時私は恥ずかしい格好をずっと我慢してたんだから。今度はお兄が恥ずかしいのを我慢すべきだと思うんだけど。お兄が恥ずかしいのを我慢すべきだと思うんだけど。
I already decided I wouldn't run away from her, so there's no point in mulling over it. I'm having trouble because I can't see my answer. So banging my head against the problem might be the way. I might very well find out my answer that way. Basically, to find out whether I can get an erection for Amani or not. I'll definitely need guts to even give it a try. Yeah, but like guts is the worst stat to level up. Like your speed, stamina, power, and wit are so much better. Especially if you want a good parent. But what do we do about the whole Diablo influence thing? I guess it falls on me. But we have to do something about that, right? We have to do something about that, right? Are you sure you can deal with that? If it turns out you can't do it, you're not going to start complaining it isn't fair and asking for a repeat, right?
私が血を吸うよ。
Fair enough. Huh? Sure. Though it was temporary, Viz's consciousness was restored thanks to Diablo's mana. Omane should still have some left. But does that mean we'll end up in the same situation as before? Back when she licked the blood off my finger, I managed to stay calm. Okay, I trust you. I tilt my head to give her easy access to my neck. A moment later, I feel her breath brushing against my skin, and then her warm, soft lips touch me. It feels a little ticklish, but also in a nice way that's hard to describe. I let that mysterious warmth lull me in. But then a pinch of pain runs through my neck. Okay, that's good enough. I can hear her as she swallows it down. But just like she said, she manages to stay calm. She simply drinks my blood slowly and deliberately. This alone feels really exciting in a sense. Is that enough?
多分吸いすぎたらそれはそれでお兄の反応も悪くなるかもしれないしさ。
Yeah, you might not have enough blood to get an erection.
傷口舐めておくからね。
I don't need to listen to that. God damn it.
バックログ画面だ。
There you go. I don't feel uncomfortable in any way. I do, especially because I'm streaming this. All that's left is to try and see if it actually worked.
じゃあ、お兄。しちゃおう。
I really like that smile. She's really not holding any punches here. It just goes to show how much she's been holding back this whole time, I suppose.
ほら、お兄はベッドに寝て。
Okay.
そんじゃな、脱ぎ脱ぎしましょうね。
And unlike that other streamer that just streamed Angelic Chaos with the 18 plus patch, we're not going to see the H scene in this one. Hey, stop that.
はあ、今さら何言ってんの？脱がなきゃ始まらないでしょうが。
I know. I'll take everything off myself.
いいからいいから、すでに私のターンだから、全部私がしてあげるね、お兄ちゃん。
It's a little humiliating to have my little sister undressing me. Though, I feel like there's a small part of me that doesn't mind it that much. Then I lie down on the bed. Like I told Amane, an incredible fatigue comes over me. But it's a comforting fatigue, like a blanket of happiness wrapping around me. If I fall asleep like this, I feel like I would have a nice dream. No, the reality of our situation is enough to make me feel happy. Hey, what's the big idea? You're only meant to be taking pictures of his sleeping face. Not his post-nut clarity face.
一生に一度のことだし、記念撮影？
Guys, there are a few things in the all ages version that that broke.
お兄変な顔になってる。
Says the person who is only face at the moment. Holy shit, that's cursed. Yeah, this is Doki Doki This is DDLCR face, DDLCR sprite. I mean, you took that picture out of nowhere, and your face looks weird too. Like I said, only face. You're not used to that, you're not used to this kind of selfie, are you?
まあ、そうだけど。
I mean, I understand, but like, you know, they still, at least they showed Noah, right? Even if it was Noah's nude sprite, they cut off they cut off everything below the chest, you know, the top part of the chest. So why couldn't they do that with Amane?
可愛い妹の顔変とか言うな。
Yeah, you're cute even when you make a funny face.
相変わらず褒め方雑。でも嬉しくなるような、変な顔を褒められても嬉しくないような。
Besides, don't keep proof of stuff that could be dangerous. If someone else saw it, I'm on your side, but we don't need to go out of our way to make people be against us.
わかってる。冗談ってわけでもないけど、今だけ保存はしない。ちゃんと消すから。
I'm glad I can see the file names of the sprites at least. Right, that'd be for the best.
でさ、お兄、
Yeah?
お父さんとお母さんに言う？
No way we can tell them. She isn't surprised by my answer.
だよね。言えないよね。
I decided to support you, even if you strayed from what's considered acceptable. If no one else will, I'll be by your side. But I can only say that because I'm your brother. I don't think our parents would take it well. And they're our guardians, and they have a social responsibility over us. We're very important to them, and that's why they'd have to object to us doing this.
だね。
So we should probably abandon the idea. We just end up making them suffer for it. Especially if they have to see your spriteless... your bodiless sprite. I don't know what I'm saying. And we'd probably end up regretting that we told them. This is something I think we need to do on our own. Let's not burden the people around us with it.
わかった。っていうか、私もわかってたよ。お兄が今言ったこと。
Yeah, don't even tell Noah.
お兄とこうしていられてあまりに嬉しくって、ちょっと暴走しかけただけ。二人だけの秘密っていうのも悪くはないしね。大丈夫。後悔してるわけじゃないから。私はね、本当に嬉しいんだ。ありがとう、お兄ちゃん。
Thanks. I don't think that's quite right. I know I hesitated a lot, but I'm just following my heart. You don't need to thank me for that.
じゃあ、そんなお兄のことが大好き。
And I love you too.
本当に幸せだよ、私。ずっと諦めるしかないって思ってたのに、まさかお兄があんなこと言ってくれるなんてさ。しかもお兄のぬくもりまで感じられて。あれ？
You know when a girl says, would you still love me if I was a worm? Amane is like, would you still love me if I was just a face? What's wrong?
フェラしてセックスもしたけど、キスまだしてない？
Word of advice. There's an order to things, you know? Probably should have done the kissing before covering your mouth and cum. What? Oh, you're right.
おう。
I mean, I get it's the hentai trope, but like, you know...
なんかもうむちゃくちゃだね。
Nothing new for us. It's your fault anyway. You're the one who pushed me for an answer.
勢いが大事ってこともあるんだよ。
Hard to argue with that. If she didn't push my if she didn't push my indecisive ass into realizing my own feelings, there's a good chance things wouldn't have turned out this way. Well, maybe that's for the better, because I would prefer if Amane had her entire body instead of just her face.
ねえ、お兄。
Yeah?
これからもっとたくさん、私の初めてを奪ってね。お兄に奪われることが、私の一番の幸せなんだから。
Alright. Well, let's start with that kiss. I'll take your first kiss too. You know, after your first time. She nods happily in response. And then... So this is fine. Because they aren't showing anything below. Meanwhile, it's still just a face for the sprite.
バックログ画面だ。
Pause. They are not... Hang on a minute. Usually, when they have the lingering sound effect of the smacking sounds, that's, you know, for the hate scene. Not this. I ain't unmuting until it's a light loving kiss. Compared to what we did just now, the sensation is way milder. But the feeling of her soft lips on mine makes me feel so blissful. As we share our first kiss, her scent fills my head. That too, it fills me with sheer joy. Kinda... I'm pulling into a deeper kiss by her sweet and entreating voice. Excuse me? What word is that? Okay. Pause. This shit is getting more aggressive. Yeah, I can see why they got rid of the game. It's not just pressing our lips together. I gently use my lips to hold hers down and squeeze. And a moment later, she nibbles on my lips with hers as well. Nah. As we pick at each other's lips, we come closer and closer until finally our tongues meet. Okay, I'm definitely not replicating those sounds. Our tongues intertwine and we exchange saliva, devouring the other's warmth. Just a moment ago, I was exhausted from coming 3 times in a row, but this is enough to get me so fired up at the point that the fatigue melts away. You should be able to turn off background voices. I mean, yeah, I should have done that from the start. There it is. Let's just say that did not help. They're still there. So, you know, I'll put this back up to where it was. Brother. Okay. Yeah, sure. Oh boy. It really looks like I really love her more than I thought. Not as a sister, but as a woman. Yeah, but like, could you stop with the kissing sounds? And once again, facing the fiery passion of my feelings, I continue to devour her lips. Look, the only upside is that I don't have to unmute for her voice, because she isn't saying jack shit. Except for that one time. They're still... We share our first kiss. They're still sweaty and melting together. Being together like this fills me with a sense of fulfillment. Okay, good. There's no more sound effects. Completely different from sex.